Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the Warren Show. Very happy that you can make it today to see what I bought this week in comic books and a mail haul or two or three. Thank you for watching the last mail haul I did, because that one day I got all those packages all in one day and I was like, gotta make a video. But anyway, this is for the last week in March of the comic books of the week. I did pick up some goodies, and picked up some older stuff too. So, with that being said, let me get started with this, and that way you can get on with the rest of your day. Issue number 6 of Icon of Rocket. Out of all the milestone returns, this is my second favorite one. First one is Static. Icon Rock is the second one, and hardware sucked. Robin number 12. So far, I've been collecting this for about a year. It's decent, and I might keep it up, might not, who knows. Villains for Hire number 3. I like this picture. I know there was a movie that had a movie poster like this, but I forgot what it's called. Never saw it, but anyway. Human Target book 6. Loving this. Wolverine patch. Supposedly this is about when the first Wolverine series where he was patching Madripoor. So I think this is it's like a callback to that. Gunslinger Spawn number 6. Darth Vader 21. X Lives of Wolverine. X Deaths of Wolverine. Put them together. Nice. Venom Lethal Protector. Call back to the first Venom miniseries, Lethal Protector. Variant. And I went to one of my stores and the owner, chatting up with him for a couple minutes. I always do that. And he always the thing is, the guy always thanks me for coming in. He always thanks me for coming in. So what happened was, I found this variant there. Online, this variant is like $30 to $40. I think I saw one for $50, but I think that's signed. Maybe, I'm not sure. But it's Venom Lethal Protector, David Nakayama. I saw this and I looked at it and said, "Does that say $20?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "I'll buy it." He said, "That's a 1 in 25." He says he could do online sales, but for him to do all the mailing and all that stuff, he just said, it's not worth his time. But anyway, that was cool. So I got this, I wanted this one. And, like I said, some of the variants, he sells it for, some variants, he sells it for cover price. So I think those are the 1 in 10s. Or whatever, or cover Bs or whatever. This next is the 3 XMen bundle. XMen 189. I remember buying this a long time ago off the spinner rack, but this is in much better condition than the one I have, if I still have it. 190. I don't have this one. and 191. I think I picked this up again somewhere along the lines. I don't know, but these, if I do have any of these books, these ones are in much better condition than the ones I have, so kudos. X-Men 239, the first cover, first Mr. Sinister cover, his first cover, so not the first appearance, but the first cover. This is a much better condition than the one I have in my garage. Next is a series of What If books. What If 26? What if Captain America had been elected president? I remember seeing this back in the day, and I thought, I'm not sure if I read this, but I heard this was a very good story, so kudos for me to getting this. Awesome. Number 35, what if Elektra had lived? And what if Yellow Jacket had died? I have this somewhere. I saw this a couple months ago, so I know I have it. Number 38, what if Daredevil and Captain America plus Scarlet Witch and Vision? This one, I saw this person. A lot of times when I buy books, like older books especially, I see it pulled from mystery boxes. So like, for example, if you have a channel that does a lot of mystery boxes, so like for example, Winking, DJ Links, Old Man Collectibles, Comic Vet, Crickets? Can't remember. Also another one, Me Unit Comics. Basically what they do, they do, you know, so most of them, they do basically comic book mystery boxes. Okay? So, and like I said, every time I see a video, it's always a comic book mystery box. DJ Links does his regular everyday, you know, every week Woody comic book pull list, and then he does comic book boxes. Comic Vet did a whole series of comic book mystery boxes. Me Unit always does comic, and I can't remember where I saw this comic book from which mystery box, but I know someone is a big Conan fan, and when I saw this, I said this would be a good book for Gary B if you had. So if Gary B, if you're watching this, you might have this one. If you don't, you might want to get it. I'm not sure, but What If 39, Thor Battle Conan. When I saw this, I said that looks like a Gary B book, because he's a big Conan fan, and he does every day. He does a cover of Conan every day. So, and number 34, what if Doctor Strange did not become the Master of Martial Arts and Baron Mordo came instead? So now some what ifs. Actually, I wanted this one, but I saw these for a good price, and I beat the bids. I bid it and won it. This next one is a assorted amount of Hulk book, Incredible Hulk books. Okay, and I didn't realize what I bought until I opened it up. I said, "Oh, these are Hulk books. Okay, this looks cool," and I bought it, yeah, for a decent price. And of course, if I have any of these in the past, these books right here is in much better condition than the ones I have if I still have it. And I try to look for them, because one book in here, I'll explain in a minute. I try to look for it in my stash and I can't find it. So I probably it probably got thrown out, destroyed, or whatever. Who knows? But anyway, let's get started. Incredible Hulk 209. Now the thing is, there's nothing special about this book at all. Nothing special. Nothing at all special about this book. This book is in pretty good condition. This book came out, was it 1978? 77. March of 77. This book, when I saw this book, I froze. And I'll tell you why I froze. I was 6 years old when this book came out. And every week, my dad will walk me to the pharmacy. There was a pharmacy. Well, he didn't walk me. He'll drive. But he walked me into the pharmacy. There was a pharmacy near our house. It was kind of it was near my old job at one time, but it was funny. And I remember, and they had this thing called a spinner rack. A spinner rack is a rack that holds magazines or so, and you spin it around. Like, for example, if you go to most gas stations today, they usually filled with like iPhone chargers or whatever. At this pharmacy, I bought this book because every Friday he'll take me to the pharmacy and I'll buy a comic for $1. I have $1 and I'll buy a comic. Now think about this. Look at the price, 30 cents. So I bought 2 to 3 comic books every week, and I take it home and read. And the thing is that because I remember buying this book, 'cause I remember reading this to death. And what happens is my dad would sit me down while I read this. And that's one of the reasons why I had, when I actually started school, I was a much better reader than most people because I could read. And this is one of the books that taught me how to read. So when I saw this, I froze. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got this again. So that was pretty cool. Incredible Hulk 210. To 11. Plus, all these old books had all the ads in here. And what happened is that back in the day, there was a subscription service. See, either you go to a bookstore or any kind of store, and they had comics to sell off the spinner racks or the newspaper racks or whatever. There was also a subscription service where Marvel will mail you your books to you in your mailbox. Now think about that. Back in the 70s and 80s, you didn't think about, let's keep these in good condition. You never thought about that. Today I do. So like, for example, when I get these in the mail and they can't fit in my mailbox, that small ass mailbox, they put it next to my door. But think about it. Back in the day, these used to be mailed out to you. Plus, there was also a Hostess advert as well. I mean, and the funny thing is, I love these older books. One, I was 5 or 6 years old at the time when I read this. Yeah, here it is. Here's the ad for their subscription service. You cut this thing out, mail it to them. You pay them their money, and they mail these to you every month. I never ever thought about doing that. Never thought about doing that. But you could in back of the day. Incredible Hulk 212. Incredible Hulk 213. Incredible Hulk 214. I remember this back in the day. Spalding Street Balls. It was hilarious. This guy Rick Barry and Dr. J, Julius Irving. Now, if you notice, this guy, he almost looked like Han Solo for a second. Give him a little closer. Kind of looks like Han Solo for a hot second. But anyway. 215. And look at that. Orca, the whale, killer whale. Movie advert. Amazing. Imagine if they still did this, and tell you the truth. It was pretty interesting. looking at all these advertisements, and guess what? These advertisements help keep the cost low. One of the and I believe, if I remember correctly, one of the reasons why the cost was 30 cents because all the advertising. 216, and the last one of 217. Now, of course, all these books has little bends here and little spirals here, and that's fine. That's fine. I don't mind it. But getting something like this is awesome. Snap it to a Slim Jim. Strong arms. Oh my gosh. It's just pretty amazing. Bodybuilding course. Anyway. And that's it for this week. The last week in March. The last week in March. Imagine that. Just think. Pretty soon. In the next week will be April. And believe me, it's going to be a really fun and interesting year. It's going to be a fun and interesting year. Wednesday, I have a special video coming out. It's not comic book related. It's a lifestyle kind of thing. And that's coming up Wednesday. I'm not going to tell you about it. You'll find out Wednesday. So, other than that, with that being said, thank you very much for watching. If you like this comment, give me a like, give me a subscribe if you like. Share it with your friends and your fiends and your whatever, your family, whatever you want to do. Want to leave me some comments? Please leave me a comment or two if you like. And if I got some more stuff coming up, but I thought they'll be here today, but naturally they're not. So that was enough to fill this time slot. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.